Welcome to our comprehensive exploration of marketing in the modern world. Today's lecture will provide you with a foundational understanding of marketing as both a discipline and a practice. Marketing is far more than advertising or selling, it's a comprehensive approach to creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers and society at large. We'll begin by establishing core definitions and concepts that will serve as the foundation for all subsequent discussions. Understanding these fundamentals is crucial for anyone seeking to navigate the complex world of modern business. As we progress through this course, you'll see how marketing has evolved from simple production focus to sophisticated customer-centric strategies. We'll examine real-world cases, analyze theoretical frameworks, and explore how contemporary marketers create sustainable competitive advantages. By the end of this session, you should be able to articulate the fundamental principles that guide marketing decisions and understand how these principles translate into successful business practices. This knowledge will be invaluable whether you pursue a career in marketing or simply seek to understand the forces that shape the commercial world around us. Let's begin with a real-world scenario that illustrates the complexity of modern marketing decisions. Imagine you're a senior marketing executive at Pinterest, a social media platform facing intense competition from other visual platforms. Your company has experienced user defection to competitors, and you must choose among three strategic options. This decision represents a fundamental tension in contemporary marketing. Should resources be allocated to long-term brand building or short-term performance marketing? Option 1 emphasizes immediate education of executives about brand marketing's importance. This approach assumes that organizational alignment around brand principles is crucial for long-term success. However, it may not produce immediate results. Option 2 focuses on building a growth engine to quickly acquire and re-engage users. This performance-oriented approach prioritizes measurable results and quick wins, which may be necessary to satisfy stakeholder expectations. Option 3 attempts to balance both approaches by establishing performance marketing while simultaneously testing brand initiatives. This hybrid approach acknowledges that both strategies have merit but requires careful resource allocation and coordination. As we explore this case, consider how you would approach this decision and what factors would influence your choice. To properly evaluate a Pinterest marketing dilemma, we must consider several critical factors that influence strategic marketing decisions. First, we must examine the tension between short-term performance metrics and long-term brand building. Many organizations face pressure from investors and boards to show immediate results, yet sustainable success often requires long-term brand investments that may not yield measurable returns for years. Second, resource allocation represents a fundamental constraint. Marketing budgets are finite, and every dollar spent on one initiative represents an opportunity cost. Effective marketers must make strategic choices about where to invest resources for maximum impact. Third, organizational readiness plays a crucial role. Implementing new marketing strategies requires buy-in from across the organization, appropriate skills and capabilities, and cultural alignment. The fourth consideration is market positioning. In a crowded digital landscape, companies must clearly articulate their unique value proposition and consistently communicate it to their target audiences. Finally, stakeholder expectations create additional complexity. Different stakeholders, from investors to customers to employees, may have conflicting priorities that must be balanced. Understanding these factors will help us evaluate which Pinterest option offers the best strategic path forward. Marketing represents one of the most fundamental business disciplines, yet it's often misunderstood. At its core, marketing is about satisfying customer needs in a profitable manner. This definition emphasizes two critical elements: customer satisfaction and profitability. Effective marketing creates value for customers while generating sustainable returns for the organization. As consumers, we encounter marketing constantly, from Amazon emails to television commercials to social media advertisements. This familiarity can make marketing seem simple, but professional marketing involves sophisticated strategies and complex decision-making processes. The American Marketing Association provides a comprehensive definition. Marketing is the activity, set of institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. This definition highlights marketing's broad scope, encompassing not just sales and advertising but also product development, pricing strategies, distribution channels, and customer service. Understanding this comprehensive view is essential for appreciating marketing's role in organizational success. Modern marketing requires coordination across multiple functions and departments, making it a truly cross-functional discipline that impacts every aspect of business operations. At the heart of marketing lies the concept of exchange, the process by which parties give up something of value to receive something they value more. This fundamental principle underlies all marketing activities and relationships. For exchange to occur, several conditions must be met. First, at least two parties must be willing to engage in trade. Second, each party must possess something the other desires. Third, both parties must agree on the value of what is being exchanged and the terms of the transaction. Finally, each party must be free to accept or reject the exchange offer. These conditions ensure that exchanges are voluntary and mutually beneficial. Consider the educational exchange that occurs when students pay tuition to attend college. Students exchange financial resources and time for educational services, knowledge, and credentials. Colleges exchange educational services for financial resources. Both parties benefit from this arrangement, making it a successful exchange. Modern marketing recognizes that successful exchanges create the foundation for long-term relationships rather than one-time transactions. This shift from transactional to relational thinking has transformed how marketers approach customer relationships and long-term value creation. In today's hyper-competitive marketplace, customer experience has emerged as the primary differentiator between successful and struggling businesses. The question of why one product succeeds while another fails often comes down to the quality of customer experience delivered throughout the purchase and usage journey. Customer experience represents the customer's overall perception of a brand after interacting with a business across all touch points in the buyer's journey. This journey typically includes awareness, consideration, purchase, delivery, usage, and post-purchase support phases. Each interaction point presents an opportunity to either enhance or damage the customer's perception of the brand. Modern businesses recognize that customer experience is not just about individual interactions but about the holistic journey. Companies like Zappos have built their entire business model around exceptional customer experience, consistently exceeding service expectations to create loyal customers. The importance of customer experience has grown exponentially with increased competition and customer empowerment through digital technologies. Today's consumers have access to more information and alternatives than ever before, making it easier to switch to competitors who provide better experiences. Organizations that prioritize customer experience consistently outperform their competitors in terms of customer loyalty, revenue growth, and market share. The American Marketing Association's definition of marketing provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the discipline's scope and complexity. According to the AMA, marketing encompasses the activity, set of institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. This definition emphasizes several key elements that distinguish professional marketing from simple selling or advertising. First, marketing involves multiple types of activities, from market research and product development to pricing strategies and promotional campaigns. Second, marketing operates through various institutions, including advertising agencies, distribution channels, and retail establishments. Third, marketing is fundamentally process-oriented, involving systematic approaches to understanding and serving customer needs. The definition also highlights marketing's role in creating value through four core functions: creating offerings that meet customer needs, communicating the value proposition, delivering products and services effectively, and facilitating exchanges between parties. Importantly, the definition recognizes that marketing creates value for multiple stakeholder groups, not just customers. This broader perspective acknowledges marketing's role in creating sustainable business practices that benefit society as a whole. Understanding this comprehensive definition is essential for developing effective marketing strategies that create value across all stakeholder groups. Marketing encompasses far more activities than the general public typically recognizes. While many people associate marketing primarily with sales and advertising, professional marketing involves a much broader range of activities and responsibilities. Effective marketing requires coordination with numerous other functions within the organization, including finance, operations, research and development, and human resources. Financial officers provide crucial input on pricing strategies and budget allocation, while manufacturing teams must understand customer requirements to produce appropriate products. Research and development specialists work closely with marketing to develop offerings that meet identified customer needs. This cross-functional nature makes marketing both challenging and rewarding, as marketers must develop expertise in multiple business disciplines. Additionally, marketers must maintain their expertise on ever-changing innovations in technology, consumer behavior, and competitive practices. The rapid pace of change in modern business environments requires continuous learning and adaptation. Marketing is also fundamentally a decision-making process that involves analyzing market opportunities, selecting target markets, developing positioning strategies, and allocating resources effectively. Understanding this broad scope is essential for appreciating marketing's strategic importance and organizational success, and for developing the skills necessary for effective marketing management. The marketing mix, commonly known as the 4Ps, provides a fundamental framework for developing comprehensive marketing strategies. This model, developed by marketing professor E. Jerome McCarthy, has served as the foundation for marketing planning for decades. The first P, product, encompasses all goods, services, or ideas offered to satisfy customer needs. This includes not just the core product but also augmented features, branding, packaging, and warranty provisions. The second P, price, represents the amount customers pay for the product. Pricing decisions involve complex considerations including cost structures, competitor pricing, customer value perceptions, and strategic objectives. The third P, place, refers to distribution channels and the process of making products available to customers when and where they want them. This includes decisions about direct versus indirect distribution, retail partnerships, and logistics management. The fourth P, promotion, encompasses all communication strategies used to inform, persuade, and remind customers about the product. This includes advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, public relations, and digital marketing activities. The marketing mix framework emphasizes that all four elements must work together cohesively to create a successful marketing strategy. Changes in any one element require consideration of impacts on the other three elements. This integrated approach ensures that marketing efforts are coordinated and mutually reinforcing rather than conflicting or disjointed. The principle of exchange represents one of marketing's most fundamental concepts, distinguishing it from other business functions. Exchange occurs when one party gives up something in return for receiving something else of greater perceived value. This voluntary transfer of value creates mutual benefit for all parties involved, which is essential for sustainable business relationships. For exchange to be successful, several key principles must be satisfied. First, at least two parties must be willing to make a trade, indicating that both see potential value in the exchange. Second, each party must possess something the other desires, creating the foundation for mutually beneficial trade. Third, the parties must agree on the value of what is being exchanged and the terms of the transaction. This agreement requires clear communication and shared understanding of value propositions. Finally, each party must be free to accept or reject the exchange offer, ensuring that transactions are voluntary rather than coerced. These principles ensure that exchanges create value for all participants and form the basis for long-term business relationships. Understanding these principles is crucial for developing effective marketing strategies that create genuine value for customers while achieving organizational objectives. The voluntary nature of exchange also means that marketers must continuously demonstrate value to maintain customer relationships and encourage repeat business. The educational exchange provides an excellent example of marketing principles in action, demonstrating how value creation works in practice. In this exchange, students provide financial resources and time commitment in exchange for educational services, knowledge acquisition, and credentialing from educational institutions. From the student's perspective, the value proposition includes access to expert instruction, structured learning experiences, peer interaction, career preparation, and social networking opportunities. Students invest significant resources, tuition payments, time away from potential earnings, and personal effort in pursuit of these benefits. From the institution's perspective, the value creation process involves providing high-quality educational experiences, qualified faculty, appropriate facilities, and supportive services. Institutions receive financial resources, enhanced reputation, and alumni networks in return for their investment in educational delivery. The resource exchange dynamics in education are particularly interesting because they involve both tangible resources like money and intangible resources like time, effort, and intellectual capital. Both parties must perceive that the benefits they receive exceed the costs they incur for the exchange to be successful. This educational exchange also illustrates the long-term relationship benefits that can emerge from successful exchanges. Graduates often maintain relationships with their alma maters through alumni networks, donations, and ongoing professional development, creating value for both parties long after the initial exchange concludes. In marketing terminology, a product is more than just a physical good, it's actually a bundle of benefits designed to satisfy customer needs. This broader definition recognizes that customers purchase benefits rather than features, and successful marketers focus on delivering these benefits effectively. The concept of offerings extends beyond traditional consumer goods to include business-to-business services, not-for-profit initiatives, and even intangible concepts like ideas, places, and people. Consumer goods and services represent the most familiar category, including everything from smartphones to restaurant meals. Business-to-business offerings encompass products and services sold between organizations, such as industrial equipment, consulting services, or software solutions. Not-for-profit organizations also engage in marketing activities to promote their missions, attract donors, and recruit volunteers. This type of marketing, often called social marketing, applies commercial marketing principles to achieve social objectives. The concept extends even further to include idea marketing, promoting concepts or philosophies, place marketing, promoting geographic locations for tourism or business development, and people marketing, promoting individuals for political office or professional opportunities. Understanding this broad definition helps marketers recognize opportunities in diverse markets and develop appropriate strategies for different types of offerings. Universities provide excellent examples of bundle benefits, offering not just education but also social experiences, career preparation, networking opportunities, and lifestyle amenities like recreational facilities. Modern marketers practice the marketing concept, which emphasizes identifying and satisfying consumer needs to ensure long-term profitability. This customer-centric approach represents a fundamental shift from earlier production and sales orientations, recognizing that sustainable business success requires creating genuine value for customers. The marketing concept is complex because it requires deep understanding of customer needs, wants, benefits, demand patterns, market dynamics, and competitive landscapes. Effective implementation requires systematic market research, customer segmentation, and tailored value propositions for different customer groups. Need identification involves recognizing the gap between customers' current state and their desired state. When this gap is significant enough, customers are motivated to take action to satisfy their needs through purchase decisions. Marketers must understand not just what customers need but also how cultural and social factors influence the specific ways they want those needs satisfied. The complexity increases when considering that successful marketing must balance customer satisfaction with organizational profitability. This requires careful analysis of customer lifetime value, cost structures, competitive positioning, and market opportunities. Companies that successfully implement the marketing concept tend to outperform those focused primarily on internal capabilities or short-term sales objectives. They develop deeper customer relationships, achieve higher customer loyalty, and build sustainable competitive advantages through superior value delivery. Understanding customer value requires distinguishing between several interrelated concepts: needs, wants, benefits, and demand. A need represents the recognition of any difference between a consumer's actual state and some ideal or desired state. This gap recognition is the fundamental driver of consumer behavior, motivating action when the difference is significant enough. For example, hunger creates a need that motivates food purchase behavior, while dissatisfaction with current transportation creates a need for an alternative solutions. A want represents the desire to satisfy needs in specific ways that are culturally and socially influenced. Cultural background, social status, personal experiences, and peer influences all shape how individuals want their needs satisfied. The same underlying need can manifest as very different wants across different cultures or individuals. For instance, the need for transportation might be satisfied by wanting a luxury sedan in one culture, while another culture might want efficient public transportation. A benefit represents the specific outcome sought by a customer that motivates buying behavior. Benefits are the value drivers that customers actually purchase, whether functional, emotional, or symbolic. Understanding customer benefits is crucial for developing effective value propositions. Demand represents customers' desires for products coupled with the resources needed to obtain them. This distinction between desire and demand is critical because it recognizes that purchasing power constrains consumer behavior. Wants become demand only when customers have the financial resources, time, and access necessary to make purchases. This framework helps marketers understand market opportunities and develop appropriate strategies for different customer segments. Distinguishing between market and marketplace concepts is crucial for effective marketing strategy development. A market consists of all customers and potential customers who share a common need that can be satisfied by a specific product, who have the resources to exchange for it, who are willing to make the exchange, and who have the authority to make the exchange. This definition emphasizes several critical requirements for market participation. First, customers must have a shared need that the offering can satisfy. Second, they must possess the necessary resources, financial, temporal, and access-related, to make purchases. Third, they must be willing to engage in exchange relationships. Finally, they must have the authority to make purchasing decisions. These requirements help marketers identify and qualify potential customers more effectively. A marketplace, in contrast, refers to any location or medium used to conduct an exchange. Traditional marketplaces included physical retail locations, trade shows, and commercial districts. Modern marketplaces increasingly include digital channels such as e-commerce websites, mobile applications, and social media platforms. The shift toward online marketplaces has dramatically expanded market reach while also creating new competitive dynamics. Understanding both concepts helps marketers develop appropriate distribution strategies and identify emerging market opportunities. For example, the higher education market has expanded significantly as government aid and loan programs have increased the number of qualified participants, while digital marketplaces have made educational offerings more accessible to geographically dispersed students. Marketing creates utility, the usefulness or benefit that customers receive through various marketing activities. This concept recognizes that value is created not just through product features, but through the entire marketing process. Form utility refers to the physical transformation of raw materials into finished products that satisfy customer needs. This utility is primarily created through manufacturing processes, but marketing influences form utility through market research, product development, and design decisions that ensure products meet customer requirements. Place utility addresses the need to make products available when and where customers want them. Marketing creates place utility through distribution channel decisions, retail partnerships, inventory management, and logistics strategies. Effective place utility management ensures that customers can access products conveniently without excessive search costs or delays. Time utility involves making products available when customers need them, which may differ from when they are produced. Marketing creates time utility through inventory management, seasonal planning, and scheduling strategies that align product availability with customer demand patterns. Possession utility refers to the transfer of ownership from seller to buyer through exchange processes. Marketing facilitates possession utility through pricing strategies, payment systems, financing options, and transaction mechanisms that make exchanges convenient and efficient. Understanding these utility types helps marketers identify where value is created in the marketing process and develop strategies to enhance utility delivery. Companies that excel at utility creation tend to achieve higher customer satisfaction and stronger competitive positions. Place utility represents one of the most critical forms of value that marketing creates for customers. It addresses the fundamental need to make products available when and where customers want them, bridging the gap between production locations and consumption points. Effective place utility management requires sophisticated coordination of location and timing factors to ensure customer convenience and satisfaction. Distribution channel management is central to creating place utility, involving decisions about direct versus indirect sales, retail partnerships, online versus physical presence, and geographic coverage strategies. Modern marketers must navigate increasingly complex channel environments that include traditional retail stores, e-commerce platforms, mobile applications, and social commerce options. The sharing economy has dramatically expanded place utility possibilities by enabling individuals to share resources like homes, vehicles, and equipment. Platforms like Airbnb, Uber, and Turo create new forms of place utility by making underutilized assets available to customers who need them. This expansion has created new market opportunities while also disrupting traditional business models. Customer convenience optimization drives place utility decisions, As customers increasingly expect immediate access to products and services regardless of their location or time constraints, companies that excel at place utility management, such as Amazon with its extensive distribution network and same-day delivery options, achieve significant competitive advantages. The sophisticated evening gown example illustrates how place utility failures can render even excellent products worthless if they're not available when and where customers need them. Modern marketing recognizes that businesses can and should create value for society while pursuing profitable operations. This perspective acknowledges that marketing activities have broader impacts beyond simple commercial exchanges, affecting communities, environments, and social structures. The challenge lies in balancing profit objectives with social responsibility commitments to create sustainable value for all stakeholders. Consumer societal concern identification represents a crucial marketing capability, requiring organizations to monitor social trends, cultural shifts, and public opinion to understand broader concerns beyond individual product preferences. Marketers must develop systems for tracking social issues and integrating these insights into strategic planning processes. Addressing equality and discrimination concerns has become increasingly important as consumers demand more inclusive and equitable business practices. Companies that demonstrate genuine commitment to these values through their marketing activities often achieve stronger customer loyalty and brand preference. The recent example of Adidas ending its partnership with Kanye West after anti-Semitic rhetoric demonstrates how companies must navigate complex social issues while protecting their brand's values and stakeholder relationships. Corporate citizenship involves demonstrating responsible business practices that contribute positively to communities and society. This includes environmental stewardship, ethical labor practices, community engagement, and transparent communication. Companies that excel at societal value creation often achieve competitive advantages through enhanced reputation, customer loyalty, and stakeholder support. This approach recognizes that long-term business success requires positive relationships with the broader communities in which organizations operate. Effective marketing must meet the needs of diverse stakeholder groups, extending far beyond just customers to include multiple parties affected by marketing activities. This broader perspective recognizes that marketing decisions impact various groups who have legitimate interests in organizational performance and behavior. Buyers represent the primary stakeholder group, including both individual consumers and business customers who purchase products and services. Marketing must understand and satisfy buyer needs while building long-term relationships that create mutual value. Sellers include the organization's employees, partners, and suppliers who participate in creating and delivering value to customers. Successful marketing requires alignment and support from these internal and external sellers to ensure consistent value delivery. Investors represent another critical stakeholder group with interests in financial performance, growth prospects, and risk management. Marketing strategies must demonstrate clear connections to financial outcomes and shareholder value creation. Community residents include local populations affected by business operations, including employment opportunities, environmental impacts, and social contributions. Modern marketing recognizes corporate social responsibility obligations to these communities. Citizens of nations where goods and services are made or sold represent global stakeholder considerations, requiring attention to international regulations, cultural differences, and varying social expectations. Everyone involved in the marketing process, from manufacturers to retailers to customers, has legitimate interests that marketing strategies should consider. This stakeholder approach to marketing ensures that strategies create sustainable value across all affected parties, rather than focusing narrowly on short-term customer acquisition or financial metrics. Marketing has evolved through distinct historical phases, reflecting changes in business philosophy, economic conditions, and customer expectations. Understanding this evolution provides valuable insights into current marketing practices and future directions. The earliest phase, the production era, dominated business thinking when supply constraints made efficient production the primary concern. This approach worked well when demand exceeded supply, but became inadequate as markets became more competitive. The sales era emerged when production capacity exceeded demand, shifting focus to aggressive promotional activities designed to move products out of warehouses. This approach emphasized short-term transactions rather than long-term customer relationships. The relationship era marked a fundamental shift toward customer-centric thinking, recognizing that sustainable business success requires satisfying customer needs and building long-term relationships. This phase saw the emergence of the marketing concept and quality management initiatives that prioritize customer satisfaction. The triple bottom line era represents the most recent major evolution, integrating financial, social, and environmental considerations into marketing strategies. This approach recognizes that businesses must balance profit objectives with social responsibility and environmental sustainability. Contemporary marketing continues to evolve rapidly, driven by digital technologies, changing consumer behaviors, and global economic shifts. Current trends include data-driven personalization, social media integration, sustainability focus, and customer experience optimization. Understanding this historical evolution helps marketers appreciate how current best practices developed and anticipate future developments in the field. The production era dominated marketing thinking from the early 1900s through the 1920s, reflecting economic conditions where supply constraints made efficient production the primary business concern. During this period, organizations operated with a production orientation, emphasizing the most efficient ways to produce and distribute products. This management philosophy assumed that customers would accept whatever products companies could produce efficiently, making production capabilities the key competitive advantage. Marketing promotions played a relatively minor role during the production era, as companies focused primarily on manufacturing and distribution efficiency rather than customer persuasion or brand building. The limited role of marketing reflected the belief that product availability and affordability were the primary drivers of customer satisfaction. Henry Ford's Model T automobile exemplifies production-era thinking, with Ford's famous statement that customers could have the car in any color they wanted as long as it was black. This approach reflected Ford's focus on production efficiency rather than customer preference accommodation. The production era made sense in its historical context, when manufacturing capacity was limited and demand often exceeded supply. Companies that could produce goods efficiently and affordably had little incentive to invest heavily in marketing activities. However, as markets became more competitive and supply began to exceed demand, this production-focused approach proved inadequate for achieving sustainable business success. The production era's emphasis on efficiency and standardization laid important groundwork for later marketing developments, but ultimately required supplementation with more customer-centric approaches as market conditions evolved. The sales era emerged during the 1920s and dominated marketing thinking through the 1950s, representing a significant shift from production orientation to sales orientation as market conditions changed. This era was characterized by a managerial view of marketing as primarily a sales function, focused on moving products out of warehouses to reduce inventory rather than satisfying customer needs. The emphasis shifted to aggressive promotional activities and what became known as the hard sell approach, using persuasive techniques to convince customers to purchase products they might not have otherwise wanted. The sales era was largely driven by post-World War II market conditions, when production capacity had expanded dramatically during the war effort but consumer demand was initially limited. This created a situation where supply significantly exceeded demand, forcing companies to focus on selling existing inventory rather than producing what customers specifically wanted. The hard sell techniques prevalent during this era included high-pressure sales tactics, persuasive advertising, and promotional campaigns designed to create artificial demand for products. Companies invested heavily in sales training and promotional activities, viewing marketing primarily as a tool for moving products rather than creating value for customers. While the sales era represented progress over pure production orientation, it still treated customers as targets to be persuaded rather than partners in value creation. This approach often led to customer dissatisfaction and limited long-term relationship development. The sales era's focus on short-term transactions rather than long-term customer satisfaction ultimately proved inadequate for achieving sustainable competitive advantage in increasingly competitive markets. The relationship era emerged during the 1950s and dominated marketing thinking through the 1990s, marking a fundamental shift toward customer-centric business philosophy. This era was characterized by a management philosophy that emphasized satisfying customers' needs and wants rather than simply selling existing products. Marketing played a more central role during this period, with the emergence of the marketing concept that placed customer satisfaction at the center of business strategy. The relationship era saw the widespread adoption of total quality management and other quality initiatives that focused on continuous improvement and customer satisfaction. These approaches recognized that quality was not just a production concern, but a comprehensive business philosophy that required coordination across all organizational functions. Organizations began investing heavily in customer research to understand needs, preferences, and behaviors more effectively. This research enabled more sophisticated customer segmentation and targeted marketing strategies that addressed specific customer groups with tailored value propositions. The relationship era also emphasized building long-term customer relationships rather than focusing on individual transactions. Companies recognized that customer retention was more cost-effective than customer acquisition, leading to increased focus on customer satisfaction, loyalty programs, and relationship management. This era laid the foundation for modern customer relationship management systems and database marketing approaches. The relationship era's emphasis on customer satisfaction and quality management helped establish marketing as a strategic business function rather than just a tactical sales support activity. Companies that successfully implemented relationship-era marketing principles achieved significant competitive advantages through higher customer loyalty, increased customer lifetime value, and stronger brand equity. This approach continues to influence marketing practices today, even as new technologies and market conditions create additional opportunities for customer engagement. The triple bottom line era emerged during the 1990s and continues to shape modern marketing practices, representing an expansion of marketing responsibility beyond financial performance to include social and environmental considerations. This era is characterized by management approaches that seek to maximize three bottom lines: financial, social, and environmental performance. The emergence of the societal marketing concept during this era reflected growing recognition that businesses have responsibilities beyond profit maximization to contribute positively to society and the environment. Companies began integrating sustainability and accountability principles into their marketing strategies, recognizing that long-term business success requires positive stakeholder relationships and environmental stewardship. This era also emphasized sophisticated measurement approaches, including return on investment and return on marketing investment calculations that account for both financial and non-financial outcomes. The triple bottom line approach recognizes that sustainable business success requires balancing profit objectives with social responsibility and environmental protection. Companies must demonstrate that their marketing activities create value for customers while also contributing positively to communities and protecting natural resources. This approach has led to the development of green marketing strategies, corporate social responsibility programs, and stakeholder engagement initiatives that address broader societal concerns. The Adidas example of ending its partnership with Kanye West after anti-Semitic rhetoric demonstrates how companies must navigate complex social issues while protecting their brand's values and stakeholder relationships. This era's emphasis on integrated value creation has made marketing more complex but also more strategically important. Companies that successfully balance triple bottom line considerations often achieve stronger brand loyalty, employee engagement, and community support. The triple bottom line era continues to evolve as stakeholders demand greater transparency, accountability, and positive impact from business organizations. Sustainability has become a central concern in modern marketing, reflecting growing awareness of environmental challenges and stakeholder expectations for responsible business practices. Sustainability in marketing represents a design and manufacturing focus that meets present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. This definition, originally articulated in the Brundtland Report, has become a guiding principle for businesses seeking to balance current profitability with long-term environmental stewardship. Green marketing strategies have emerged as a key approach for supporting environmental stewardship while creating differential benefits in consumers' minds. These strategies involve developing products and services that minimize environmental impact throughout their life cycle, from raw material extraction through production, use, and disposal. Companies implementing green marketing strategies often achieve competitive advantages by appealing to environmentally conscious consumers who are willing to pay premium prices for sustainable products. The Bombas example illustrates how sustainability can be integrated into business models, with a company's mission to help those in need, creating both social impact and business value. Successful sustainability marketing requires authentic commitment rather than superficial greenwashing attempts. Consumers have become increasingly sophisticated in evaluating environmental claims, demanding transparency and verification of sustainability initiatives. Companies must integrate sustainability considerations into their core business strategies rather than treating them as peripheral marketing tactics. This approach often leads to innovation opportunities, cost savings through resource efficiency, and enhanced brand reputation. The challenge for marketers lies in communicating sustainability benefits effectively while avoiding overstatement or misleading claims. As environmental concerns continue to grow in importance, sustainability marketing will likely become even more critical for long-term business success. Marketing continues to evolve rapidly, driven by technological advances, changing consumer behaviors, and global economic shifts. Several key trends are shaping the future direction of marketing practice and theory. User-generated content and consumer-generated content represent significant opportunities for brands to leverage authentic customer experiences and social proof. Platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok have enabled everyday consumers to create and share content that influences purchasing decisions more effectively than traditional advertising. This trend toward democratized content creation requires marketers to develop strategies for encouraging and curating customer-generated content while maintaining brand consistency and quality standards. Branded content has evolved beyond simple advertising to include educational, entertaining, and inspirational content that builds deeper customer relationships. Companies are investing in content creation capabilities and influencer partnerships to develop more engaging and authentic brand experiences. Corporate citizenship and corporate social responsibility have become essential elements of brand identity, with consumers increasingly expecting companies to take stands on social and environmental issues. Big data analytics enable more sophisticated customer understanding and personalized marketing approaches, while artificial intelligence is transforming everything from customer service to creative development. The Internet of Things is creating new touchpoints and data sources that enable more contextual and timely marketing interventions. These technological advances are enabling infinite media markets where brands can reach customers through countless channels and touch points. Customer experience optimization has become the primary competitive differentiator, with companies investing heavily in journey mapping, personalization, and seamless cross-channel experiences. Influencer marketing has evolved into a sophisticated industry with specialized platforms, measurement tools, and strategic approaches. Service-dominant logic recognizes that value is co-created through customer participation rather than simply delivered by providers. Understanding these trends is essential for marketers seeking to remain relevant and effective in rapidly changing business environments. Modern marketing faces increasing scrutiny regarding ethical considerations, particularly as technology becomes more integrated into daily life. The prevalence of technology addiction represents a significant ethical challenge for marketers, as many people have developed unhealthy relationships with digital devices. Nearly 3/4 of Americans sleep with their smartphones, indicating deep integration of technology into personal routines that raises questions about responsible marketing practices. This level of device dependency creates opportunities for marketers to reach customers, but also raises concerns about exploitation of addictive behaviors. The pandemic has significantly changed attitudes toward technology usage, with increased reliance on digital devices for work, education, and social connection during lockdowns and social distancing measures. These behavior changes may have lasting impacts on how consumers interact with technology and respond to marketing messages. Marketers must consider whether consumers' use of small screens represents harmful behavior that should influence marketing approach and content. Responsible marketing practices require balancing business objectives with consumer welfare, avoiding manipulative tactics that exploit vulnerable populations or encourage harmful behaviors. Companies face increasing pressure from stakeholders, regulators, and advocacy groups to demonstrate ethical marketing practices that prioritize long-term customer well-being over short-term sales objectives. This includes considerations around data privacy, transparent communication, honest product claims, and responsible targeting of vulnerable populations. The challenge for marketers lies in developing effective strategies that drive business results while maintaining ethical standards and contributing positively to consumer welfare. As public awareness of marketing's potential negative impacts grows, companies that demonstrate genuine commitment to ethical practices will likely achieve stronger customer relationships and brand loyalty. This trend toward ethical marketing reflects broader societal expectations for corporate responsibility and accountability. Value creation in marketing involves multiple perspectives that must be balanced for sustainable business success. From the customer perspective, value represents the ratio of perceived benefits to perceived costs, requiring marketers to maximize benefits while minimizing customer costs. This customer-centric view recognizes that value is subjective and based on individual perceptions rather than objective product features. Customers evaluate the entire bundle of benefits promised by the firm, not just the core product benefits, including service quality, brand associations, and emotional benefits. From the seller's perspective, value creation extends beyond simple financial gain to include intangible benefits like prestige among rivals and pride in professional accomplishments. Many sellers today view customers as partners in value creation rather than targets to be exploited, recognizing that long-term success requires mutual benefit. The relationship partnership approach emphasizes collaboration between buyers and sellers to create solutions that meet both parties' needs effectively. This perspective requires significant shift from traditional transactional thinking to collaborative value creation. Customer lifetime value calculation has become essential for understanding the long-term value of customer relationships. Research consistently shows that retaining existing customers is significantly more cost-effective than acquiring new ones, making customer retention a critical marketing objective. Marketers use sophisticated analytical tools to calculate customer lifetime value, considering factors like purchase frequency, average order value, retention rates, and referral value. This data-driven approach enables more strategic resource allocation and customer relationship management. Understanding these multiple value creation perspectives helps marketers develop more comprehensive strategies that create sustainable value for all stakeholders. Companies that successfully balance these perspectives tend to achieve stronger customer loyalty, higher profitability, and more sustainable competitive advantages. Creating sustainable competitive advantage represents one of marketing's most important strategic objectives, requiring organizations to develop capabilities that competitors cannot easily replicate. To provide value effectively, firms must first identify their distinctive competencies, capabilities that are superior to those of the competition. These competencies might include superior technology, exceptional customer service, innovative product design, or efficient operational processes. The key to competitive advantage lies in converting these distinctive competencies into differential benefits that customers can receive from one firm only. This conversion process requires careful analysis of customer needs, competitive positioning, and market opportunities to identify where distinctive capabilities can create unique customer value. When a firm successfully offers customers benefits they cannot obtain from competitors, it achieves competitive advantage characterized by something unique that customers want, reasons for customers to pay premium prices, and strong brand preference. This competitive advantage enables several strategic benefits including premium pricing justification, where customers willingly pay more for unique benefits. It also creates customer loyalty and reduces price sensitivity, making the business more resilient to competitive pressures. Strong competitive advantages also provide barriers to entry for potential competitors and enable more profitable growth opportunities. Companies like Apple have built sustainable competitive advantages through distinctive competencies in design, user experience, and ecosystem integration that translate into differential benefits customers value highly. The challenge for marketers lies in continuously innovating and adapting to maintain competitive advantages as markets evolve and competitors respond. This requires ongoing investment in capabilities, customer research, and strategic planning to identify and exploit new opportunities for value creation. Value chain analysis provides a systematic framework for understanding how organizations create value for customers and identify opportunities for competitive advantage. The value chain represents the series of activities involved in designing, producing, marketing, delivering, and supporting any product. Essentially the series of activities necessary to change raw materials into products customers buy. Each activity in the value chain either adds value to the final product or removes value through inefficiencies, making it crucial for organizations to optimize each step. The main activities of value chain members include inbound logistics, which involves receiving, storing, and distributing inputs, operations, which transform inputs into finished products, outbound logistics, which distribute finished products to customers, marketing, which promotes and sells products to customers, and service, which provides support after the sale. Understanding these activities helps organizations identify where value is created and where costs can be reduced or efficiency improved. Firms gain competitive advantage when they perform one or more of these activities better than other firms, either through lower costs, higher quality, or superior customer experience. This might involve superior supply chain management, more efficient production processes, better customer service, or more effective marketing communications. Value chain analysis also reveals opportunities for innovation and improvement at each stage, from raw material sourcing to post-purchase support. Companies that excel at value chain management often achieve significant competitive advantages through cost leadership, differentiation, or focus strategies. This analytical approach helps marketers understand their role in the broader value creation process and identify opportunities for enhancing customer value and organizational performance. The digital age has transformed traditional value creation models, enabling consumers to generate value instead of simply purchasing it from businesses. This shift represents one of the most significant changes in modern marketing, creating new opportunities and challenges for organizations. Everyday people now generate value through various activities, including placing their own ads for products on YouTube, buying and selling merchandise on eBay and other sites, and sharing their own purchases through haul videos and social media posts. These activities create authentic content and social proof that often influences purchasing decisions more effectively than traditional advertising. Social networking platforms provide numerous opportunities for users to create their own content and share it with others, thus creating value through social media interactions. This user-generated content often carries more credibility and influence than corporate marketing messages, making it valuable for brands seeking authentic customer engagement. New media companies increasingly take the wisdom of crowd's perspective, using crowdsourcing to solicit ideas from consumers for product development, marketing campaigns, and innovation initiatives. This approach leverages collective intelligence and creativity while building stronger customer relationships. Community-building approaches recognize that customers often derive significant value from interactions with other customers rather than just from product features. Companies like Harley-Davidson and Apple have built powerful customer communities that create value through shared experiences, knowledge exchange, and brand advocacy. Understanding and leveraging consumer-generated value requires marketers to shift from controlling all brand communications to facilitating and curating customer interactions. This approach demands new skills in community management, content curation, and relationship building that differ significantly from traditional marketing approaches. Marketing transactions can create either positive or negative value for society, making it essential for marketers to consider broader social impacts alongside business objectives. This assessment requires understanding how marketing activities affect various stakeholder groups beyond immediate customers and the organization itself. Society trusts marketers to sell products that are safe and perform as promised, creating expectations for honest communication and quality delivery. This trust represents a valuable social asset that enables effective marketing but also creates significant responsibility for ethical behavior. When marketers fail to meet these expectations, they damage not just their own brands but also the broader marketing profession's credibility. Sometimes the pressure to succeed provokes dishonest business practices that harm consumers, competitors, and society at large. These unethical practices can include misleading advertising, deceptive pricing, product safety violations, and environmental harm. Companies that engage in such practices often face significant consequences, including legal penalties, reputation damage, customer loss, and regulatory scrutiny. Stressing socially responsible and ethical decisions is not just morally right but also good for business, as consumers increasingly prefer brands that demonstrate genuine commitment to social and environmental responsibility. Companies that prioritize ethical marketing practices often achieve stronger customer loyalty, employee engagement, and community support. They also tend to avoid the significant costs associated with ethical violations, including legal fees, fines, reputation repair efforts, and customer acquisition costs to replace lost business. The challenge for marketers lies in balancing short-term performance pressures with long-term ethical considerations and social responsibility commitments. While marketing can create significant value for customers and society, it also has a dark side that can cause substantial harm when practiced irresponsibly. Marketers who engage in illegal activities face harsh criticism from consumers, regulators, and advocacy groups, often resulting in severe consequences including legal penalties, reputation damage, and business failure. These illegal activities might include false advertising, deceptive pricing practices, privacy violations, or fraudulent business schemes. The detrimental effects of irresponsible marketing on society extend beyond simple legal violations to include encouragement of harmful behaviors and products. Some marketing practices promote products that can cause physical, financial, or psychological harm to consumers, particularly when targeting vulnerable populations like children or individuals with addictive tendencies. Addictive consumption represents a particularly concerning aspect of marketing's dark side. where companies deliberately design products and marketing campaigns to encourage compulsive purchasing or usage behaviors. This approach treats customers as targets to be manipulated rather than partners in value creation, often resulting in negative outcomes for both consumers and society. Anti-consumption behaviors emerge when people become so frustrated with marketing practices that they actively deface or damage products, boycott companies, or engage in protest activities. These behaviors represent a breakdown in the fundamental exchange relationship that marketing is supposed to facilitate. Examples include product dumping, brand vandalism, and social media campaigns designed to damage company reputations. Understanding marketing's dark side is crucial for developing ethical marketing practices and avoiding behaviors that harm consumers, society, or the marketing profession's credibility. Responsible marketers must constantly evaluate their practices to ensure they create genuine value rather than exploiting vulnerabilities or encouraging harmful behaviors. Internet addiction has emerged as a significant societal concern, with profound implications for marketing practice and responsibility. The statistics on smartphone dependency are staggering. Nearly 3/4 of Americans sleep with their smartphones, indicating deep integration of digital devices into personal routines that raises questions about healthy usage patterns. This level of device dependency creates both opportunities and responsibilities for marketers, who must balance business objectives with consumer welfare considerations. Sleep pattern disruption represents one of the most concerning impacts of internet addiction, as constant connectivity interferes with natural circadian rhythms and restorative sleep patterns. Poor sleep quality affects physical health, mental well-being, cognitive performance, and overall quality of life, creating significant societal costs. The pandemic has accelerated these trends, with increased reliance on digital devices for work, education, and social connection during lockdowns and social distancing measures. These behavior changes may have lasting impacts on how consumers interact with technology and respond to marketing messages. Social interaction patterns have fundamentally changed as digital communication has replaced many face-to-face interactions, affecting relationship development, social skills, and community engagement. These changes raise questions about whether increased digital connectivity actually improves social well-being or creates new forms of isolation and dependency. Marketers face significant responsibility considerations in addressing internet addiction concerns, including whether to exploit addictive behaviors for business gain or to promote healthier usage patterns. Companies that demonstrate genuine commitment to responsible marketing practices in this area often achieve stronger customer relationships and brand loyalty. The challenge lies in developing effective marketing strategies that drive business results while promoting healthy technology usage and contributing positively to consumer welfare. Marketing represents a continuous strategic decision-making process rather than a series of isolated tactical activities. This process-oriented view recognizes that effective marketing requires systematic analysis, planning, implementation, and control activities that work together to achieve organizational objectives. Market planning requires marketing managers to think strategically about the big picture, considering long-term implications of current decisions and anticipating future market developments. This strategic perspective demands skills in environmental analysis, competitive assessment, opportunity identification, and resource allocation that extend far beyond simple promotional activities. Marketers must analyze the marketing environment continuously, monitoring economic conditions, technological developments, regulatory changes, competitive activities, and social trends that might affect business performance. This environmental analysis provides the foundation for developing strategies that help the firm meet its objectives while adapting to changing conditions. The strategic marketing process involves determining appropriate strategies based on environmental analysis and organizational capabilities, then executing those strategies using the tools and resources available. This execution requires coordination across multiple functions and departments, making marketing a truly cross-functional activity. Objective alignment strategies ensure that marketing activities support broader organizational goals while creating value for customers and stakeholders. This alignment process requires clear communication of strategic priorities, appropriate performance metrics, and regular evaluation of marketing effectiveness. Understanding marketing as a strategic process helps organizations develop more coherent and effective marketing strategies that create sustainable competitive advantages. Companies that treat marketing strategically rather than tactically tend to achieve better financial performance, stronger customer relationships, and more resilient business models. Effective market planning involves several interconnected components that work together to create comprehensive marketing strategies. The first component, environmental analysis, requires systematic examination of external factors that might affect marketing performance, including economic conditions, technological developments, regulatory changes, competitive activities, and social trends. This analysis provides crucial insights for identifying opportunities and threats in the marketing environment. Strategic objective development represents the second critical component, involving the translation of organizational goals into specific, measurable marketing objectives. These objectives must be realistic, time-bound, and aligned with broader business strategies while addressing identified market opportunities. The third component focuses on implementation tool utilization, requiring marketers to select and deploy appropriate marketing mix elements, channels, and tactics to achieve strategic objectives. This implementation process demands careful resource allocation, timeline management, and coordination across organizational functions. Performance measurement systems represent the final essential component, providing feedback on marketing effectiveness and enabling continuous improvement. These systems must track both financial metrics like return on investment and non-financial indicators like customer satisfaction, brand awareness, and market share. Effective market planning also requires integration across these components, ensuring that environmental insights inform strategic objectives, which guide implementation approaches, which are measured through appropriate performance metrics. This integrated approach creates a continuous improvement cycle that adapts to changing market conditions while maintaining focus on long-term objectives. Companies that develop robust market planning capabilities tend to achieve more consistent marketing performance and stronger competitive positions. The planning process also facilitates cross-functional coordination and strategic alignment across the organization. Disruptive marketing represents a critical approach for achieving long-term business sustainability in rapidly changing market environments. This innovation approach involves identifying unmet consumer needs and market gaps that established competitors have overlooked or ignored. Disruptive marketing challenges existing marketing rules and conventional wisdom, creating new value propositions that can transform entire industries. The only way to stay in business for the long term requires continuous innovation and adaptation to changing customer needs and market conditions. Marketers must seek to understand consumers deeply, identifying what is missing in the marketplace to satisfy consumer needs more effectively than current offerings. This consumer-centric approach often reveals opportunities that established players have missed due to their focus on existing customers and proven business models. Turning existing marketing rules upside down requires courage and creativity, as it involves challenging conventional wisdom and established practices that have proven successful in the past. This approach recognizes that yesterday's competitive advantages may become tomorrow's liabilities as market conditions evolve. Disruptive marketing can be described as a process whereby smaller companies are able to challenge established businesses by offering simpler, more convenient, or more affordable alternatives that initially serve overlooked market segments. These disruptive innovations often start in niche markets but eventually move upmarket to challenge established competitors. Examples include Netflix disrupting traditional video rental stores, Airbnb disrupting the hotel industry, and Tesla disrupting the automotive market. Understanding disruptive marketing helps organizations identify opportunities for innovation while also recognizing threats from potential disruptors in their own markets. Companies that master disruptive marketing often achieve significant competitive advantages and market leadership positions. Effective marketing requires seamless integration of 4 core value activities: creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging value with customers and stakeholders. Creating value involves developing products, services, and experiences that satisfy customer needs and wants better than competitive alternatives. This process requires deep customer understanding, innovative product development capabilities, and efficient operational processes that transform inputs into valuable offerings. Communicating value encompasses all the methods marketers use to inform, persuade, and remind customers about the benefits they can receive. This includes traditional advertising, digital marketing, public relations, personal selling, and word-of-mouth marketing. Effective communication requires clear messaging that resonates with target audiences and differentiates the offering from competitors. Delivering value involves all the processes required to make products and services available to customers when and where they want them. This includes supply chain management, distribution channel selection, inventory management, and customer service processes. Successful delivery requires coordination across multiple functions and partners to ensure consistent, reliable value delivery. Exchanging value mechanisms facilitate the transfer of value between buyers and sellers through pricing strategies, payment systems, and transaction processes. This includes not just financial exchanges but also the broader relationship management that enables ongoing value creation. Integration across these four activities is crucial for marketing success, as customers evaluate the entire experience rather than individual components. Companies that excel at value delivery integration tend to achieve higher customer satisfaction, stronger brand loyalty, and more sustainable competitive advantages. This holistic approach recognizes that marketing success requires excellence across all value creation activities rather than strength in just one or two areas. Modern marketing requires balancing value creation for multiple stakeholder groups, each with different needs and expectations that must be addressed for long-term success. Customer satisfaction represents the primary stakeholder priority, as customers ultimately determine business success through their purchasing decisions and brand loyalty. Effective marketing creates value for customers by satisfying their needs and wants while providing fair value for their investment. This requires deep customer understanding, quality products and services, and exceptional customer experiences. Seller profitability requirements represent the fundamental business need to generate sufficient returns to sustain operations, invest in growth, and reward stakeholders. Marketing strategies must demonstrate clear connections to financial performance while creating customer value. This balance requires careful analysis of customer lifetime value, cost structures, and competitive positioning to ensure sustainable profitability. Societal contribution expectations have become increasingly important as stakeholders demand that businesses contribute positively to communities and the environment. This includes environmental stewardship, ethical business practices, community engagement, and transparent communication. Companies that demonstrate genuine commitment to societal value often achieve stronger stakeholder support and competitive advantages. Long-term sustainability goals integrate all these stakeholder considerations into a comprehensive approach that creates value across all time horizons. This requires balancing short-term performance pressures with long-term strategic investments, immediate customer needs with future market opportunities, and current profitability with future growth potential. Companies that successfully balance these multiple stakeholder value requirements tend to achieve more resilient business models and sustainable competitive advantages. This integrated approach recognizes that long-term success requires creating value for all stakeholders rather than optimizing for any single group. Measuring marketing success requires comprehensive metrics that capture value creation across multiple dimensions including customer satisfaction, financial performance, brand strength, and social impact. Customer value measurement involves assessing how effectively marketing activities satisfy customer needs and create positive experiences. This includes metrics like customer satisfaction scores, net promoter scores, customer lifetime value calculations, and retention rates. These measurements help marketers understand whether they're creating genuine value for customers and identify opportunities for improvement. Financial performance indicators provide crucial feedback on marketing's contribution to organizational objectives. Key metrics include return on marketing investment, customer acquisition cost, revenue growth, and profit margins. These financial measures help justify marketing investments and demonstrate marketing's strategic importance to the organization. Brand equity assessment evaluates the strength of customer relationships and brand positioning in the marketplace. This includes brand awareness, brand associations, perceived quality, and brand loyalty measurements. Strong brand equity enables premium pricing, customer retention, and competitive advantages. Social impact evaluation has become increasingly important as stakeholders expect businesses to contribute positively to society and the environment. This includes measures of environmental sustainability, community engagement, ethical business practices, and stakeholder satisfaction. Companies that excel at marketing measurement develop integrated dashboards that track performance across all these dimensions, enabling data-driven decision-making and continuous improvement. The challenge lies in selecting appropriate metrics that align with strategic objectives while providing actionable insights for improvement. Effective measurement systems also require regular evaluation and adjustment to ensure they remain relevant as market conditions and business priorities evolve. As we conclude our exploration of marketing in the modern world, several key takeaways emerge that provide a foundation for understanding contemporary marketing practice. First, Marketing represents a comprehensive value creation process that extends far beyond simple selling or advertising to encompass the entire customer experience from initial awareness through post-purchase support. This holistic view recognizes that customers evaluate their relationships with brands based on the complete experience rather than individual interactions. Second, marketing has evolved significantly from its early production orientation through sales and relationship eras to today's triple bottom line focus that integrates financial, social, and environmental considerations. This evolution reflects changing business philosophy and stakeholder expectations that require more sophisticated approaches to value creation. Third, customer experience has emerged as the primary competitive differentiator in modern markets, requiring organizations to design and deliver exceptional experiences across all touch points. Companies that excel at customer experience consistently outperform competitors in terms of loyalty, revenue growth, and market share. Fourth, successful marketing requires integration of value creation for multiple stakeholder groups including customers, employees, investors, communities, and society at large. This stakeholder approach recognizes that long-term business success depends on positive relationships with all affected parties. Finally, ethical responsibility has become essential for marketing success, as consumers, employees, and other stakeholders increasingly expect businesses to operate with integrity and contribute positively to society. Companies that demonstrate genuine commitment to ethical marketing practices tend to achieve stronger relationships and more sustainable competitive advantages. These principles provide a framework for understanding and practicing effective marketing in today's complex business environment.